Hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah J, and I'm an acupuncturist and yoga teacher, and I'm sharing some acupressure techniques with you today. If you know acupuncture, then you know acupressure. We're using the same points from the Chinese medical meridian systems that stimulate energy, movement, and healing throughout the body. So, pretty much all acupuncture points are connected to the nervous system and inspire functioning and transformation throughout the entire body, depending on which point is used. These points today are on the wrist, and when all are needled at the same time by your acupuncturist, they form a nice little equilateral triangle. So, these specific points are indicated a lot for stress, depression, anxiety, heart palpitations, and generally to be able to breathe deeper into the chest. I find they can also be very useful if you have acid reflux, so keep that in mind as well. So, the first point I'm going to teach you is heart 7. This does go directly to the heart organ, but the heart in Chinese medicine is also known as the inner emperor and empress in oneself. So, when you're feeling out of control and there's just things that are happening beyond your control that you feel you can't handle on your own, this is a really great point. If you've experienced shock, if you are having a panic attack, you're having heart palpitations, you're feeling anxious, come on into this point. So, to get to this point, we're on the pinky, the ulnar surface of the hand. We're going to come down from the pinky at the bottom of the palm. So, you'll follow from the pinky side of the palm down. There's a nice little bone right here. And when you come just off that bone, you find a nice little shelf where your finger falls into on the wrist crease. So, again, just so you can see, you come down and then you press right here. And this point is called heart 7. Let's use our thumb to massage this point to begin. And instead of having your elbow bent at 90 degrees, why don't you go ahead and relax it down onto something so that it's nice and long and the energy can continue flowing smoothly throughout the arm, up through the heart and the entire body. So I'm starting with this point, heart 7, again, because this reminds you that you are in control of yourself. All thoughts, emotions, and any experience externally happening on the outside is on the outside, and you're in control of how you respond. You're in control of who you are and what you choose to listen to. So take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Maybe even close the eyes as you gently just create little tiny clockwise circles, easily pressing into this space. You may feel that if your heart was beating fast, it's beginning to slow down, that you feel a little more connected to your physical body. You even feel like you want to naturally start taking a few more deep breaths. Continue massaging this for at least a minute, and then we'll move on to the next point in the middle. The next point in the middle is called pericardium. It relates to the actual pericardium sac of tissue around the heart that protects it. So you can think about this as a point that protects us from intense emotions from the outside, protects us from, creates like a boundary. And also, the pericardium being situated at the center of the chest allows the chest to open and expand. So, this is a great point if you do have acid reflux, if you feel like you have a tight chest, if you've ever had a feeling where it feels like um, your chest is kind of concave. This is an excellent point for helping with that and for easing digestive upset. So, you're going to come down now from the center of your palm through the middle of the wrist. And then think about coming, there should be a tendon. If you bring your thumb and your pinky finger together, you should feel the tendon begin to stick out. I'm trying to, you should be able to see it right here on my anatomy. So as you come down through the center, you feel this tendon stick out. You want to be just inside that tendon. And another way to get to this is you're going to be about 3 finger widths down. So from again the wrist crease, I take 3 fingers, I place them down, and I'm just inside that tendon right here. And usually pressing on this point, you could find it tender. You might feel a little pressure moving up the arm. You're stimulating the energy. That's fantastic. Again, beginning to press with the thumb here to begin. Let's move in those clockwise direction circles, trying gently applying pressure. Beginning to take deep breaths, maybe closing your eyes, just enjoying the sensation of you pressing into this point that unbinds the chest. Just allows nausea to alleviate any upset tummy, any kind of emotional issue, just smoothly transforming and melting away. Beautiful. Continue gently massaging this point for another minute. And if you haven't done so, give yourself the opportunity to close your eyes and experience these feelings from within. Fantastic. Let's move to our final point now. This point is on the lung meridian. And the lung is a really beautiful metaphor in Chinese medicine, not only for the actual breathing aspect of the lungs, but also the lungs are known as the receiver of qi. So that when we're a baby, the first thing we do is breathe. It's that like that start of the process of life force and energy. So the lungs are also tied very much in Chinese medicine to the immune system. So that defense mechanism, having a healthy immune system to fight off any pathogens. And we, of course, control our nervous system with deep breaths. So, this massaging this point will stimulate us to find long, even, smooth breathing to relax our bodies. So, we're going to come from the thumb side of the palm. We're going to follow the thumb down just off the wrist again. And we have a nice little bone that we can just whoop, fall right off of on the inside of the wrist still. All of these are on the anterior aspect of the wrist, the inside aspect of the wrist. I come right off my thumb and I find a nice little shelf to fall in here just off the bone on the wrist crease. And this point is the one that's lung 9. So gently pressing in, let's use the thumb again. Relax the arm down and just close your eyes. Just gently find those clockwise circles, rotating, closing the eyes to breathe, and experience the feeling of your breath moving throughout your body. Very nice. Good work. The experience of being, the experience of receiving, this gift that you're giving to yourself of spending less than 10 minutes massaging, being with your own energy, relaxing, stimulating release and ease. Beautiful. Now, if you'd like, we can touch all 3 points at the same time. Let's bring our ring finger to the heart point, the one on the pinky side, our middle finger to the PC point. So maybe it would be helpful if you drew a little spot so you knew where that was. And then your first finger into the lung point. So all 3 fingers are on all 3 points. They make that equilateral triangle. And just for 1 minute, I'm going to press with equal force, not too hard. I don't want to in any way hurt myself when I'm doing this. I do want a gentle, firm pressure so that I do feel the palpation of the point. And gently pressing into all 3 at the same time. I'm going to close my eyes, take a long breath in, and a full breath out. Beautiful. Just continue to breathe fully and deeply. And if you wanted to spend up to another minute or two pressing into these points, you're more than welcome to do so. You really only need to do one side, so don't worry about trying to figure it out with your non dominant hand. I estimate by the time you've completed your practice that you might feel you can breathe a little deeper, you feel a little calmer, you're digesting a little bit easier, and then you might have a general feeling of relaxation and ease in your being. You can stimulate any of these points if you're experiencing the symptoms we talked about, especially starting with that heart one on the pinky side of the wrist. Anytime you need, this is here for you on your own body. You have your own healing capacities, and that's what we're tapping into with acupuncture and acupressure. So, thank you for allowing me to teach you how to take care of you today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy.